House Oversight Committee Chairman Congressman Darrell Issa threatening to subpoena the FBI over what he says is the FBI's stonewalling of his investigation into the IRS targeting of conservative groups. He's going after the IRS and the FBI. Now that is guts. The FBI launched its own investigation into the IRS scandal, but has refused to turn over any related documents to the House Oversight Committee. Back with the A-Team. What is Issa? I mean, this is a man, I've got to give him credit.
For the, threatening the subpoenas.
This is guts.
But even if he serves those subpoenas, here's what is going to happen with both the FBI and the IRS, I believe. They may give over some of them, but you know that 9/10 of those documents are going to be redacted.
You're saying that there's not enough integrity in the FBI and the Internal Revenue Service to turn over.
Wait till you see the documents that they get.
Okay. My question is this not principally an issue of integrity?
Well, the reason they're asking for these documents is the general counsel of the IRS, who's a political appointee of the White House, went in for a private meeting with Issa's staff and more than 80 times said, I don't know, I don't remember, and about basic things.
Let's go back over this because I think it's really so important. John is talking about the general counsel of the Internal Revenue Service, asked by the Oversight Committee for that agency, and told, stick it, basically, right?
I cannot
want to
He barely could remember that he was at work any one of those days.
Good thing to forget sometimes. On those particular days, great thing to forget.
Well, I think it's
but this is important.
That you don't want to.
This is important because apparently what happened is the IRS communicated some of the taxpayer information to the Treasury Department, and it conceivably could have gone to the White House as well. That's the real scandal.
That is also, by the way,
because that's the same thing that was one of the articles of impeachment against Nixon, that he tried to use the IRS to punish political enemies.
Yeah.
If he can't remember anything, obviously that's the best way to conduct a cover-up.
Yeah, I don't know that it's an enemies list in the White House, but it does look like a pretty sophisticated list of political opposition individuals and groups, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and that's appearance in politics is often more important than what the truth is or what the facts are. The appearance here is that this was a coordinated effort to silence people who did not agree with the administration. And as people refuse to tell their side of the story to congressional investigators who have every right to know, it begins to look worse.
But why are we shocked? Fast and furious, fast and furious, fast and furious. This is not the first time this has happened.
Nor is it the first administration.
Furious, the Justice Department.
Right, exactly.
It's surveillance and intrusion into the files, the digital files of the Associated Press, James Rosen, our colleague on Fox News. We go to the IRS targeting of conservative groups, the Tea Party groups. It isn't a surprise. The only surprise I have here, John, is that there is no outrage and that it seems to be the new normal.
The standard is you have to have a smoking gun. That's been the standard since Richard Nixon. If you can't have someone confess or you don't have the evidence right in front of you, the scandal goes away. Well, I think that...
So you're saying the Obama administration has learned from history. Don't tape anything. And
don't write anything down.
Don't let anybody acknowledge anything.
Don't send anything and use executive orders whenever possible.
And declare executive privilege when you refuse to turn over documents to congressional investigators.
And the ones you do, I'm telling you, could be redacted.
I'm hoping that you're not giving further counsel to an administration that is...
This is not an advice book.
We're not advising.
Hank Scheinkopf, thank you very much. John von Leesweel, thank you. Up next, the brand new book, Stalin's Curse, reveals the stunning motives behind the Soviet leaders' collaboration with Roosevelt, Churchill, and the West. And have the left revisionist historians been accurate in their summations of what and who caused the Cold War? Robert Galately